changing locations and shit. Man, into this motherfucking bag. Stand on the way, I made. Sacrificing time for this shit. Man, I got a plan. Tried to tell niggas years ago, they ain't understand. Riding by myself and it's cool, I'm all in my head. Everything in life you can't replace, I build relationships. Pretty little smile make a nigga wanna lock it in. We met the same time I lost a friend, we should try again. You been on my mind, you should hop in. I ain't gon' hurt you, baby girl, you know we locked in. Used to be on FaceTime calls on the regular. Never made time, landed on my busy schedule. Now every time I hit the bay, you know I think of you. Working on your brand, love, you know that I
y'all, man. It's your boy Henny DeMoore reporting live from the liquor store, man. How's everybody doing? Hope all is well. And we are back live inside the liquor store, man. It's the weekend. Like, I don't know what y'all got going. I ain't got shit to do. You know what I'm saying? So you might as well gather around, get your order in, and we can get drunk on this Dallas Cowboys content today, man. And look, you ain't got to take your ass to work tomorrow. Some of y'all might have to go to church or something, but you can get a little wasted tonight, man. You can let your hair down. You can let your hair down a little bit. We can participate, in some shots or whatever, man. But we got a lot to talk about, man. But before we get into it, because there is a lot to talk about, man. There's politics at play. The Dallas Cowboys are in a must-win situation. We're going against one of the better defensive coordinators in the National Football League. There's a lot of shit to break down, man. But before we start, hit that like button. The more likes we get on the platform, the more that it helps with the video. It helps in the algorithm. More people can find the content. Share the content. It's like an invitation. You send it to somebody, you want them to come onto the stream and participate with us. Hit the cash out. We is poor. We out here making content for food. Ain't no capping. We need your support. This is an independent page. I ain't got no sponsorships, and I cuss and I be talking crazy to people. So y'all is my sponsors. So you want the liquor store to grow and prosper, and you want us to continue to make content at the pace that we make it, hit the like button, hit the share, hit the cash app, hit the super chat. Get a membership if you want to. And for the love of God, make sure y'all slap the shit out of Eagles fan, man. Because God knows they deserve it. They around here spreading lies, eating shit, and being annoying. So they're like flies, really. That's what they do. They move around, eat shit, spread diseases, and they're annoying as a motherfucker. So they're like flies. So when they say fly eagles fly, they actually talking about themselves being flies. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, man. Anything y'all do, greatly appreciate it. Kevin, I have no idea about no bums. I don't know who your team is. If the Eagles, we just put BTA on them hoe ass niggas. If you a Chiefs fan, we beat they ass. If you a Giants or a Commanders fan, you might be on suicide watch at this point. So I'm not really sure, who your team is to be calling my team some bums, but And salute to CJ Cortez, for the jewels that you sent, man. I'm still not 1,000% sure how that jewel shit worked. But anything you send and anything you do is greatly appreciated, man. Greatly appreciated. So thank you in advance. But yeah, man, let's go ahead and talk about the elephant in the room. And the first thing we gotta do is admit there's a motherfucking elephant. You might like elephants. Y'all ain't been shit for a long time though. I am glad that you finally got a dub. I'm glad that your team is good again. And really, we've had some hard times going up against the Broncos. So hell, it is what it is. But yeah, like it went Elway, trash forever. They had a little run with the OG, Peyton Manning. Then they've been ass forever after that. So I'm happy for them. I'm happy to have a success. It's one of those staple franchises over there in the ALC. But fuck the Broncos at the end of the day, though. But this is the what I want to start with. Trayvon has been open. Trayvon has been open about he's ready, he's healthy, he feel like he can play. He feels like this is the healthy he's been all year. His words. The Dallas Cowboys, and we gotta really talk about it, man. This might be just politics at this point. Because I'm gonna be frank with you. More than one thing can be true at the same exact time. Trayvon Diggs has been having a down season by his standards. By most of the metrics, this is Trayvon Diggs' worst season in a very long time. You know what I'm saying? By the most metrics, that is true. But what is also true in the same breath, no other cornerback on this team has played well enough, for me to say, don't put Trayvon Diggs on the field if he's healthy. Because people forget, Trayvon Diggs, Trayvon Diggs did not just wake up one day and forget how to play football. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to still do the book, woke up sorry. You know what I'm saying? But that's not for people like Trey. Trey has been through a lot physically, that have prevented him from being on the football field. He tore his ACL in practice. He came back, had another knee injury where he had significant cartilage damage, and they had to have a chondro tissue graft. They had to take cartilage from another part of his body, shape it, and put it into his knee. And that's like a injury that takes damn near 2 years to recover from. And he came back way ahead of schedule to try and be there for the team. And it sucks, man. This was a guy, who was an all-pro. The year he got hurt in 2023, he was on pace to have his best season as a starter. And then, he went down after only playing 2 games. He came back. He wasn't quite the same. He was dealing with injury. When you deal with an injury like that, it usually takes an entire year. It usually takes an entire year to come back from that. Yeah, last time I checked, Cuz was good. You'll probably see Wes tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like the watch party gonna be going on. You'll probably see Wes tomorrow, man. Like, for real. So, last time I checked, I think Cuz is Gucci. Wes a hustler. So, he be out trying to make shit happen. So, but Wes been good, though, man. Shout out to the big brother and the big homie, West Coast Cowboy, man. So, they're saying here, though, this comes after what was described, as a great week of practice. While multiple sources tell me the relationship between Diggs and the organization has soured and been severed. Diggs, who last played week 6 and has already been activated from IR, told reporters this week that he was ready. And this is the thing, though. As I mentioned, more than one thing can be true. Was Trayvon Diggs having a Trayvon Diggs caliber season this year? No. Has anybody else on this motherfucking football team that been playing corner done enough to say, you know what? We don't need Trey. Fuck no. DeRon Bland been getting embarrassed every time he get on the motherfucking football field. Trevon Revel, multiple times this last game, his motherfucking leg done gave up on him. As long as he got that knee brace on, he's not going to be the caliber of player where you can just leave him out there for prolonged periods of time, man. Like, he'll be great next year, but right now, when he got a Robocop knee brace on his shit, you gonna need, more cornerback depth. Kalen Carson's all right, but, Kalen Carson, is still technically a rookie. He's supposed to get beat. So there's not anybody on this team that's played well enough for me not to give, Trayvon Diggs some snaps. My brother Lou wants the link, so my brother Lou will get the link, man. Hold on. Let me go in here and send my nigga the link, man. And I'm gonna send it both ways, Lou. I'm gonna send this motherfucker to your phone, and I'm gonna put this motherfucker in your DM. I'm gonna do both, just so I make sure that you in this motherfucker. Hell yeah, positive peer pressure. And listen, Lou didn't even wait for me to see him in the chat and talk shit. Lou just said, go ahead and send the link. I love it. I love that shit. Lou is learning. Lou is learning is learning right now. So now let me send my nigga this link though. Hold on. All right, Lou, I just text you the link, and now I'm finna jump in your inbox and send it there, because I don't know which one is easier for you. All right, so I double sent the link, so we can't say that Lou ain't get the link. So Lou will be in here momentarily. So yeah, that's how I feel about it. More than one thing can be true. And I also want to see Trey out there with the improved defensive line. We had nobody pass rush, when Trayvon Diggs was out there. We haven't seen Trayvon Diggs, get the opportunity to play more man coverage and play with some 5-man fronts in front of him. The same reason that Siobhan Revel and Kalen Carson have benefited, as of late, I want to see Trey get those same opportunities. You know what I mean? Because I refuse. You know what I'm saying? I just refuse to think that the man forgot how to play football. He's been injured. He's been injured a lot. It might have taken a toll on him physically. He probably came back a little early. But I refuse to believe that Trayvon Diggs just woke up sorry before even being 30 years old. I think injuries, have played a big part of it. I think that he has been clashing behind the scenes with the front office and some coaching. So I think that plays a part of it too on why they're adamant about not playing him. But dog, we are in every game we play. We got 4 games left. All 4 of these motherfucking games that we got left, man, are pretty much elimination games. You need 10 to get in. Everybody talking about going to the playoffs and building a winning culture and all this other shit. You need wins and help. So you got to beat the Vikings. You got to beat the Chargers. You got to beat Washington. You got to beat the Giants. Right? You got to get to at least 10-6-1 to even have a puncher's chance of getting into the postseason. Right? So, if I got and I'm not saying he's going to be fully healthy, because it's not reasonable to think that he's 1,000% with the injuries that he had. But if he is 90%, good to go, because most people are hurt at this point in the season. If he's 90% good to go, he's probably still your best corner. And when I got games against Justin Jefferson, when I got games against, Keenan Allen and Quentin Johnson, and I got games against Scary Terry and shit on the docket. I want my best motherfucking me corner out there. And listen, being hurt is not an excuse. Being hurt is just what the fuck it is. The nigga is hurt. And I speak from experience. If y'all ain't never had no significant knee injuries, y'all don't understand how that shit affects your body and how you move. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't move the same no more, my nigga. I done fucked both my knees up. I don't move the same. And I'm not asked to run with $30 million athletes and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is documented fact. He tore his ACL, and then he needed to get cartilage put into his knee, artificially. And he's been dealing with some shit from that. Like, that is documented. You know, I would understand if he was completely healthy and the nigga was just playing bad with no cause or reason. I understand that. I get that. You know what I'm saying? If that happened, then you know what? Trade him fell off. But when you have two significant knee injuries, like, of course the nigga ain't the same dude right now. You know what I'm saying? Of course the nigga ain't the same dude right now. But I also feel that nobody else in the cornerback room, you know, has done enough for me to say we don't need Trayvon Diggs. You know, that's reasonable. Y'all know me. Y'all know these niggas call me Bullet. I put holes in niggas' heads. You know, if Trayvon Diggs deserved to get shot, I would have shot Trey. But Trey, like, for real, like, that's not an excuse. Like, the nigga been hurt. The nigga done fucked both his knees up. And that takes time to come back from. And we got the brother Lou in the building, man. What's Gucci with you, man? I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, perfect. All right. Yeah, what's good, man? I had to jump on after I heard this news, man. I had to.
Yeah, so we are gonna talk about the Trayvon shit, man. Cause
Yeah.
let's start. Cause I always said, you know, if Trey is healthy enough to play, let the nigga play.
Where you want me to start? Because that's how I'm feeling right now, man. I'm angry. And it's, you know, I'm just angry at my Cowboys, man. I just want to do everything that we can to win. And I feel like here we go again. We're making a dumb, and idiotic decision, in my opinion. That's just me. And especially if he's healthy, which I believe he is healthy. The way they've been moving. See, people gonna take this news and be like, "See, Lou, like he wasn't hurt from the beginning. He should have worked out with the Cowboys and everything like that." Not understanding the full scope of what's going on right now. They put the pressure on him from the get-go, man. He had no choice but to prioritize him, and he did that. And they did a quiet benching with that. Like, can somebody validate if he did? I just want to know the news if he did have a concussion at his house. Because what it sounds like is like this man has just been chilling because we can't mend no things. Severed relationship. This shit is fucking childish, and we're bombing our. And this is what people don't understand. Y'all been saying he's ass all these years. We are bombing our ass back to the cornerback days we had when we was in cornerback hell. Look at our entire roster right now. We have unproven guys on the roster and injury riddled guys on the roster. I can formally sit here and say we have no guaranteed spot for guarantee us, you know, any type of like comfort for the future at cornerback.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If you had a improvement, you know, over Trey on the team, if you had a motherfucker, you know, that was just head and shoulders better than Trayvon Diggs, and you felt you could move on from him, fine. That is not the case. Siobhan Revel got one motherfucking leg. Like, that nigga, I told y'all, this nigga leg brace look like this. That nigga just out that bitch with a bionic leg right now, man, limping and moving stiff as a bitch. Kalen Carson began hooped on. DeRon Bland, you know, and I love DeRon, man, but that nigga ain't got no good feet no more. You know why I keep telling you, that man can't get on a good foot. That bitch don't exist no more. So there's nobody on here on this team that has played well enough to say, you know what, they deserve snaps over Trayvon Diggs. The shit just ain't true.
It's not true. And that's why when people was coming in here like, oh, Lou, he's washed. Get him off my team. I'm like, bro, I've been very respectful of people. I'm like, bro, that's some dumbass thinking. Because it's not about what he looked like before. That's very, very privilege of you to speak from that, of wanting somebody who was injured to look like what he was now. What is all about, and I'm not even for, because we love Trayvon Diggs. If we had a better corner than Trayvon Diggs, all respect to you, Diggs. You know what I'm saying? We got to keep it moving because the Cowboys are 1st. But it's all we've been saying this from the beginning. It's not about what he looked for like before. It's what he looked like. Is it better than what you got?
Exactly.
And everyone who's against it has no. Actually, we have all the evidence in the world for us to say, I believe there's no cornerback on this roster better than what Diggs was giving you pre the mysterious and wondrous concussion. I'm telling you that right now.
I'll go further. Do you remember when we all wanted Malik Hooker and Donovan Wilson off the field? And then we saw what was behind them. You know what? Y'all niggas ain't that bad. Y'all come on back.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing. You know, we're not saying that Trayvon Diggs has been playing at an all-pro level or no shit like that. We're not going to sit here and say that. But what I am saying is, compared to them other niggas, you know, he is still your better option. Malik Hooker, you know, he's not one of the better safeties in the National Football League. But he's better than what the fuck else is behind him. He's better than Wingate right now. And I was hoping that Wingate could, while he was out, do some shit to take the mantle from the man. It did not happen. I was campaigning for Marquise Bell to take Donovan Wilson's job. He got in that bitch and he got cooked. And he was missing tackles. And he wasn't in the right place and run fits and shit. So, and with a similar situation like that, that's where I'm at right now with Trey. I'm not saying that Trayvon Diggs right now, you know, is one of the better cornerbacks in the National Football League. He's coming off of 2 major debilitating knee injuries, right? He's not the same player at this moment in time. But compared to bad foot DeRon Bland, who cannot play on the outside at all, compared to one-legged, you know, Trevon Revel, who is limping and hopping and fell down multiple times in this last game, you know, was on the injury report all week, compared to Kalen Carson, who also has been fighting back from injury, don't even got 10 games of football underneath his motherfucking belt yet. Yes, I am willing to put Trayvon Diggs out there and give him a look-see, because he probably is still better.
I know he's still better.
Yeah.
Can we all agree in here and let's stop being around the bush? They rushed Trevon Revel. Trevon Revel, he looks bad out there. You know what I'm saying? And it's not because of his ability. He looks like the knee can give out at any time.
And
you know what I'm saying? And it has. You know what I'm saying? You know, like DeRon, like, y'all, the leader of our cornerback room is DeRon Bland. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to disrespect him, man. I'm gonna just call it how it is on your play. We don't even trust this man to guard certain number 1 receivers, really any number 1 receiver. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we are over here trying to throw darts and we're playing musical chairs on who guards the best man. And look who we got this week, man.
Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison, because he ain't no hoe.
That's what I'm saying. And this is my problem. Okay, sure. Y'all, we're going to have smoke for the front office. I told y'all, they did good at the trade deadline, but the job ain't done. My problem is with Cowboy Nation. Y'all was all the people who was for this, wanting to get better. But at the same time, you're seeing the Eagles slip, and you don't want to do what all it takes to make sure we in the best predicament. Dog, we got Justin Jefferson this week. I don't want no content creator giving me no fucking numbers on what Justin Jefferson has done this year. We know he can go off at any time. We know this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, come on. Like, did we forget what happened pre fucking trade deadline? Detroit should have reminded your ass. Motherfucking Amon Ra went out there on one bad fucking foot and cooked our ass.
Went crazy. So it is what it is, man. Like, at this point, and also I want y'all to remember this: if they do not activate Trey by December the 20th, his 21-day window is closed. So you won't see him the rest of the season if he is not activated by a week from today. If he's not active by next Saturday, you have seen the last of Trayvon Diggs in a Dallas Cowboy uniform.
So the reason why this looks even like why I'm even more pissed, it's about what this represents. I'm gonna be honest with you. Because like, okay, we're gonna get on Steve and Jerry ass when the season over with. The coaches that are agreeing with this or pushing the ones that are actively pushing against this, I want them gone. I want them off my fucking football team. So I'm looking at Overstreet. I want your ass gone. I'm gonna say I just did a video on you. Your ass fucking suck as a cornerback. How the place you left and the place you came to look worse than the same guy that replaced you in both. When Al Harris is here, and when Al Harris just replaced your ass in Chicago, it seems like prosperity went there. You are the bad sheep. And you can take your 18-year vet, Andre Curtis, him too. I don't give a fuck if he has been in the league for 18 motherfucking years. You have had enough. We look terrible in the back end. Miscommunication. Dog, this system is a simple ass system. We don't even run disguises, and y'all motherfuckers having miscommunications and everything like that. And we pushing against Diggs because of y'all. And I saw y'all show, man. I was in what's the name? I am not going to let Eberflus blame this shit that happened this year on motherfucking culture. I will let you know. I did say if he changed in that damn Chiefs game, but dog, I got a new evidence now. These motherfuckers are out here trying to get worse on purpose. That is your fatal offense in my book.
Yeah, because if it's not football related, man, we're not at the point in the season where we can, at least from a fan perspective, I can't sit here and talk about morals and shit. I want to fucking win.
I want to win.
I want to go to the playoffs. I want an opportunity to see Dak Prescott with George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb get a home game and fight whoever the fuck coming to Dallas. Where this offense is averaging over 30 points. Because the pathway to the motherfucking playoffs is open because the Eagles is ass right now. Niggas ain't won a game in a motherfucking month. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, because we got to win every game. Every game is a must win. Every game is considered an elimination game at this point, kinfolk. So, I want our best players out there. Like, and this the thing. And I know, it's about... talent is about who you like at this point, right? If Trayvon Diggs was healthy, you would not have, done this to him. Because right now, we got it on. They pretty much verified that the brother George Pickens has been missing missing meetings, have been late to the motherfuckers, and his ass out there playing. You know what I'm saying?
So let's shoot down, some of the, I'm not gonna be mean. First I'm gonna say, maybe you just misinformed all the people in here. O.S. Tyler, I don't know what football you have been watching to even literally like giving you just, the problem with Cowboy Nation is we have an echo chamber and motherfuckers be saying the loudest shit that's going on. You saying Ramsey over Diggs and you saying Gilly over Diggs. First of all, Ramsey over Diggs. Have you seen the Pittsburgh Steelers? The NFL don't even want Jalen Ramsey as a corner anymore. They told his ass to move to safety. That's shooting that shit down right there. Boom. People still, I'm gonna tell you right now, people still gonna want Trayvon Diggs as a corner. You will want Trayvon Diggs as a corner right now. Anyways, and then Gilly over Diggs. I mean, I love Gilmore to death, but I think it's speaking on alarms that maybe Gilly has just lost a step. You just saying, it's not even about that. Would you take Gilly over Bland? Because you over here just saying a joke. Will you take Ramsey over Bland? Will you take Ramsey over Kalen Carson? If your answer is no to any of that, get on out of here, man. I mean, my channel, I ain't doing that goofy opinion. Then Mark right here, he said, "Why y'all so emotional? It's the front office. Diggs not doing what he's supposed to do during the week. You only see the outside. Blame Diggs. It's a two-way street." Mark, the thing is, we've been following this all season. Mark, you probably just been abreast on the news of what they've been hearing you this week. What they've been saying, and we've been called our front office and our coaching staff of the lies in between all year long, man. All year long. We mean Diggs ain't did what he's supposed to do. Mark, there's been players who've played, who've gotten in trouble in the public and still able to go out there and ball. What do you mean that he hasn't done what he needed to do to get on the field? Has he done enough? Mark, like for real, like are we gonna sit here and be righteous and say, oh, you've been a bad student You know, I'd rather put Traquise Bridges out there and guard Justin Jefferson. Are we gonna be that? Are we gonna be that? Are we gonna become that righteous idiot of a fan base or of a team to do that? Or Mark, we just gonna say, oh, you know, you didn't show up to meetings early like I told you to, Trayvon Diggs. So I'm gonna put Revel, who I know is hurt, on Justin Jefferson this week, even though in my same breath I want to get into playoffs because I see Philly is slipping, and this is my best effort. Is that your best effort right now? Dog, our rivals, even though they slipping, dog, you know, bro, AJ Brown been fighting to get out of that damn organization. And they saying, shh, hush the noise, we trying to win. Why can't we be like them?
Man, this is I just want to win. If he still listen, I understand what they saying, you know, about, oh man, he ain't bought in and all this other bullshit. First and foremost, who gives a fuck? Like, I don't give a fuck. What if, listen, if it's just because it's Trey, if it was Dak Prescott and he was beefing with Shotty, they hated each other, and they tried to pull this shit with Dak, y'all would go down and shoot somebody. Y'all would spin and shoot up the Dallas Cowboys star facility if they tried this shit with Dak Prescott. If he was healthy and could play, but he was beefing with the coaches, and they like, you know, we're gonna sit Dak Prescott in a must-win game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want all my best players to play. I don't give a fuck what they did. Nigga, we lived through the 90s. Like, fucking Michael Irvin was out there. Michael Irvin stabbed his teammate in the motherfucking throat. Almost killed this nigga.
Like literally.
Did not miss a game.
Didn't miss a beat. Like, we didn't care. He had a whole White House full of cocaine to the brim. Like, had a whole fan case damn near.
I'm team Werewolf, man. I don't give a fuck what this nigga done did.
Y'all can go on with that shit.
I don't give a damn if I don't give a damn if he beat up Matt Eberflus. Nigga, he should have been talking crazy. Shit. Put your best players on the field. I'm trying to win. And we can worry about if Trey gonna be a Dallas Cowboy in the offseason. In the offseason, I got time to re-up. I can go trade for a nigga. I can draft a nigga. We can do some shit afterwards. Matter of fact, similar situation as to what happened. What was the nigga that used to play for the Packers, the cornerback?
Jair?
Jair Alexander. He was going through a similar situation with the Packers. You know what they did? They got him healthy and they played his ass in the postseason. And he picked Dak Prescott off and he helped to win the game. And then after all the bullshit happened, then they moved on from the nigga. You know what I'm saying? Then they moved on from the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So,
man, look, bro. Yeah. Bro, like, something. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know y'all. Maybe y'all ain't never been, you know, in the locker room or something before. I know, you know, what I seen, what people are willing to do when they want to really win, bro. Like, my coach was breaking laws that could have sent him to jail. You know what I'm saying? The recruiting violations. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to get the recruiting illegally, to do whatever he can to win. If the dude fell in the playoffs, have somebody else do his homework. I don't know, swindling the teacher. You're gonna do what it takes to win, but we over here in Cowboy land, because you don't do what you want to do, he can't hit the field. And you over here talking about, oh, Rebel hits the field. Yeah, Rebel's out there hits the field, and you literally saw him break down. Did you not see Deron Bland break down? Like, it pissed me off. I don't give a fuck if that was Jahmyr Gibbs. The way he did not break down on that tackle, he literally slowed. All Jahmyr Gibbs did was slow down. His ass fell in front of him like this was a fucking cartoon. I thought I was watching Looney Tunes for a second. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? That's probably where he ended up. He probably ended up back with Al Harris. He probably ended up back with the Bears. They're going to probably need another corner at some point.
And they're going to have all-star defense because they're going to have Kyle Gordon back. They're going to have Jalen Johnson back. Like, bro, oh my God. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, and that's the thing. And, like, all this shit could be true. You know what I'm saying? I'm not there with them. You know, that they could be butting heads behind the scenes. He could be disgruntled. All that shit could be true. I'm just telling you, I don't give a fuck. That's all I'm telling you. Like, that's all I'm telling you. I'm not telling you that it's not true. I'm just saying, if he is healthy, you know, what these other niggas done did, you done seen them falling down, giving up explosives. You know, Diggs ain't played since week 6. They were still getting their ass whooped without Trayvon Diggs. You know what I'm saying? The run plan got built. With that built, it was going to find his ass. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucking me, Trayvon Bridges got built. You know, Caleb Carson got built. Trevon Rebel got built. You know what I'm saying?
Elam got cut. No, you know,
yeah.
Y'all were saying Elam was better than Diggs too. Remember? Like, y'all gonna fall for that bullshit when they benched Diggs and they didn't bench Kyrie Elam ass? And look who's not on a team. ain't got picked up either. He ain't get picked up, right?
I don't think he got picked up.
So like, you're like, bro, I'm not
Yeah.
finna listen to y'all, man. Like I'm doing whatever it takes to win. My thing is this: like, you could fine. You didn't like Big Diggs, sure. His money is running out. Have a legitimate backup plan. This backup plan is shit. OS Tyler, this backup plan is shit.
Yeah, because listen, like I said, I'm not sitting here telling you that Trayvon Diggs is a cornerback god right now with 2 bad knees. What I am telling you is the other niggas have been so bad that Trayvon Diggs is still your best option.
Or unhealthy. They're not. You over here talking about like they've been unhealthy.
Everybody.
Kalen Carson was hurt.
Damn,
so
they were
long.
desperate.
The Titans signed either. I mean, like okay, you know what I'm saying? But like Kalen Carson was injured for so long, he just popped up. He was like, yeah, he ready to play next week. We don't even, like. I don't even still know what's wrong with Kalen Carson. I still got hope for the kid.
I think they said that he hyperextended his knee, had like a PCL or ACL.
He got
sprain.
that. I think he got both hamstrings. Like in his career life, like you know what we dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Then we know obviously that
not Kalen Carson, Savon Reveal, like.
Yeah, Revel is fresh off of ACL, so he's not gonna be himself until next year. Same with Diggs, really. Like the fact that Diggs even tried to play this year, because this was like an 18-month injury. You know, it could take upwards to 18 months to heal from the injury that Trayvon Diggs had. You know, so Diggs wasn't healthy. Kalen Carson wasn't healthy. You started the season really with nobody. And listen, you probably are going to use a first-round pick on a cornerback.
Hell yeah.
You got 2 of them. You got 2 first-round picks. You're gonna probably get a tackle in a corner or a corner and a linebacker, depending on how they do this shit. Because
we're not hating on Revel. We just saying that he's
a year too early.
Yeah, he's not ready to take the mantle. What has he proven to you to take the mantle? That's what I'm seeing. Like
you see how you phrase it is going to be better. He's not better right now.
Not right now. Like
nigga, he got one leg.
He got one leg.
We're talking about
y'all getting defensive, bro. But we're trying to win. Like,
we're trying to win right now.
I'm
you
trying
know
to
what I'm
win.
saying? That's why I'm pushing to play Trayvon Diggs if he's healthy enough to play.
Yeah, no, let me. You say Revel going to be better than Diggs in the long. Okay, well, like you said, that's next year. Not right now. But y'all only saying that because y'all know, y'all just done with Diggs. You know what I'm saying? I like Revel coming out. I also knew it was dumb as hell to draft him in the 3rd round, knowing he got an injury. And y'all, if everyone who's over here for and believing what the front office is doing, like, bro, you tell 1 or 2 lies, then I gotta start questioning you. Remember, y'all, they said Revel was supposed to be back. Jerry and Steven from their own mouth said Revel was gonna be back at the beginning of camp.
And no limit Neem. You said we worried about the playoffs. Like, to your point about Murray, like, we got Logan Wilson too. You know what I'm saying? We got other options at linebacker that we could throw out there, you know, if Murray has a bad game. And you know what? That's pretty much what we try and do with Diggs. Because all these other niggas done had bad games at cornerback, and y'all ain't trying to look at Diggs as an option.
That's why, no limit. I ain't gonna. First of all, the reason why I'm gonna squash that shit you trying to do right now with that damn Murray shit, because your corners is a bigger red flag right now. And that's why I was pissed about all these big networks and shit this week pushing these other agendas. Your corners lost you that Lions game. Your corners indeed. I don't know what y'all over here. So y'all believing? I ain't finna do that. I saw that film. It was your corners who couldn't fucking turn and flip their hips or fucking tackle. That was them all game long, and they've been the problem the entire year. So yeah, I'm up here because corner is the biggest red flag we need to fix in order to may have a chance in the playoffs. If you don't fix that, we finna see what we saw versus Detroit for the rest of the season.
You said why we worried about the playoffs? Because listen, anything can happen once you get in.
Exactly, we're 0-0.
Anything can happen. There's not going to be a single team this year without a flaw. You know, every team has issues. You know, this year there's not a singular juggernaut in the National Football League. You know, right the fuck now. So you've already shown that you can hang with the Green Bay Packers. You've already beaten the Philadelphia Eagles. You know, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got opportunities if you get into the dance, especially with the offense that you got.
And this is a building block year. I just want you to put your best foot forward. Don't throw this year away. Like, aren't y'all tired of going back? Like, man, all we have to do, like, just see Diggs. All I want to do is just see him. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Give me a. I don't want to go out here and not say we didn't give our best shot. If we put Diggs out there and he's just as hurt as the next one, then okay, now we know we don't need to spend one pick at corner. We probably need to send both them picks at corner. But you just saying like, oh, he ain't right. For one, this red flag is going on for me saying he's probably the most healthy corner we got. He may not be healthy, but I think he's the most healthy corner we got. Period. That's what it's telling me. You know what I'm saying? And plus, I already know the contract situation of the reason why they really don't want to play him.
About the 15.5 they'll say next year when they cut
Yeah, because if he was to get hurt one more time, there's an injury clause that which they don't want to pay. And if we're truly a winning organization, I think you wouldn't let that come in between you. That's just me. I just want to put my best foot forward, especially knowing that your only route to the playoffs is with your rivals collapsing, which they done before and actively doing.
Mm-hmm. And you also, you could say, hey, look at what the Bears are doing. Like, the Bears got a very tough slate of games. If they don't beat Shador and them, they might not win another motherfucking game. They're going to play Green Bay again. They're going to play the 49ers, and they got the Lions, who already done put 50 points on their ass, this year. So, like, you could get in over the motherfucking Bears. They could be the ones to fall out competition. You could get in, with the Eagles collapse, because they still got to win 3 more games. If you keep winning, if you win out, they got to get to 11 wins. They can't beat you with 10, and they're still stuck on 8. So I want an opportunity to play in the postseason, man. Anything can happen. Like, especially with this offense, maybe you win games 40-30. Who knows? Like, you don't trust your defense. Maybe your offense carry you through the motherfucker. I at least want a puncher's chance, to get in and see what they can do. You know what I mean?
That's all I want. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we just want a chance. I don't want to walk out of here and just, and not say that we didn't give our best shot, like you said. And then, like, my quarterback is playing all world. I don't want to waste his season, dog. He's getting up there in age. I just feel like I'm not wasting anything right now, man. And if I have a better option on my team, I don't know about y'all. Maybe y'all could sleep at night. I'm not going to be able to sleep at night because this could be something to build upon. Maybe, like, what if Diggs go out there and he's balling out of control?
Yeah, we got to at least find out.
If
he go out there and get tore up, cool.
Cool. But if he's balling out of control, everybody want to plan for the future and be GM. That's even better. Like, now I'm looking at corner, maybe not much of a need right now. Right now, we're going blurry. Everybody just thinking like, oh, just draft corner next year, and thinking everybody else on the roster is just good. That's how, in my opinion, that's how Malik Hooker skates by and stays on this roster. That's how Donovan Wilson skates by and stay on this roster. Because we over here throwing in the towel in seasons where we should have been evaluating correctly right now and rooting out whatever and clipping and trimming whatever we need in order to fully compete for a championship. Because next year, like, respectfully, I'm not trying to have either safety on my team next year.
And Donovan Wilson is not under contract, so you won't have him as your safety. You're going to have to figure that shit out. He said, you don't think Revel is a premier starter next year? Maybe. I believe he'll be much better. He'll be better. But I think he's our first. I ain't trying to get rid of him. I'm not agreeing with him. I mean, I'm not saying he's ass. I'm just saying, look what they did this year. Hey, how about this? Can I at least say this? Playing him right now affects the statement that we're promised. I think he's gonna be great, but y'all don't think him playing right now, messing up that knee, can it not affect how he's gonna look next year? We're risking a lot. I think, man, that somebody like that, I tell you this: we lose one more game, you need to shut some of these injured niggas down. If you lose one more game, you need to shut this shit down, because you're not going to make the postseason at that point. That's why y'all don't understand. Like, every single game the rest of the way, like, your season is over if you lose, my nigga. I'm not, like, do you know how long the off season is?
It's entirely long, and I hate it.
do you know how I was feeling last year? Listen, it was earlier than this. It wasn't even Thanksgiving yet, and I knew the season was fucking over. You know what I'm saying? Last year, that shit was miserable. As long as we have opportunities to compete and get in this motherfucker, Like I'm trying to go for it, man.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't ready for that. I mean, even though, like, I agree, like, we should be paying who we should pay. I'm not ready for to deal with that bullshit they finna do on this whole debacle with Pickens. You know what I'm saying? And then all that. I'm not ready to deal with that. And then, I mean, I'm excited for the draft, but like, dog, if we got a chance now, we got a chance now. I'm gonna take it. You never know, man. Football is a week to week league, man. Last 2 weeks ago, we thought the Colts were contenders. Now it's looking like everybody saying the trade that the Colts did was trash. They didn't fuck around and probably gave New York top five picks. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And now they playing a 44-year-old quarterback trying to get him right on the field. You know what I'm saying? It's just me.
It's crazy. Also, this is the disguise rate and the blitz rate of all defenses. I want you to know if you're in that bottom left quadrant, you don't do either at a very high clip. You don't blitz a whole lot. You don't disguise your coverages a whole lot. Now, over there, all the way to the far right, the Vikings, who we're finna play, they don't do a whole bunch of disguises, but don't nobody in the league blitz more than these niggas. They gonna bring the house. And listen, this is a game that if we were playing in Minnesota, I might be concerned about this shit. Like, I would be very concerned about this shit, if we were playing this game in Minnesota. But because we're at home and Dak can use his cadence and hopefully get some free plays and shit off this aggressive ass front, I feel a little bit better, about us going into this, because Dak is very good against the blitz, and he's even better against the blitz when he can audible the routes and audible the protections, and he got time and shit. You know what I mean? So, but the point being, like, there's no gimmies in the National Football League. Even with a team like this, that has been struggling. Like, they just blew out the Commanders. They just beat the dog shit out the Commanders, one of our rivals. We looked at that win against the Commanders when they came to the crib earlier in the season as a signature win at one point. Damn sure ain't turned out to be that way, has it? So that's all I'm saying. Like, we got a tough matchup this week. I want all hands on deck. I'm not trying to see this defense turn back into a pumpkin. Because this defense, even though they look good the first 3 games after we got Quentin Williams and we made the trades and got the Demo and them back, they gave up 44 points last week, nigga. 44 points is crazy.
Yeah, and that's why I'm really looking at this defensive staff. Even though I'm over them, I still need them in order for this year. But I mean, we're gonna see. Offensively, I was gonna tweet this, man. Like that blitz rate, we need to call up Zimmer, because I think he run a lot of the same blitz types like Zimmer did. That I saw a lot of people breaking down that cross mug A gap look. Mm-hmm. They're gonna come after Dak, and the best way to do that is to blitz the interior, which I love. But I think we've been struggling with this entire season. Like, a lot of people been getting on the tackles. Really, who've been giving up a lot of sacks is the combo between Cooper Beebe and Javonte Williams. They have not been able to pick up the cross dog or whenever they stunt a lot. Like, I think last week that was a play that we almost got a safety on. It was the cross dog, because like the dude looped and Beebe took him and Williams just let him go by. And maybe I can count it to continuity. They ain't been playing together, but I need them to figure it out real quick, because I feel like in order to affect Dak, blitzing for the edges, if we can hold up, I think Dak can maneuver it. I don't think he can maneuver. It's hard for any quarterback to maneuver.
I don't think any quarterback handles interior pressure good.
And then that's the thing, because the whole point of pressure is to get Dak to commit the ultimate sin. So protection is not trusted and not look down the field, because people are saying the middle of the field is going to be very, very like open. Like, you know what I'm saying? So if all we can do, if we can get a pop on these guys, I feel like we're going to kill them across the middle. But we gotta do our job as an offense, because I blame the offense last week for the loss and not us blowing them out last week versus Detroit. Because if you execute, you can be unstoppable. But the problem is, bro, we'll have a big play, got a holding call over here, or we have a great play and we not lined up on side. Well, execution too often. I mean, I'm looking at Shotty and I'm looking at everybody on this football field. Can we have a great execution day, or is we gonna finally open up? And because it's gonna be a big tight end day, dog. If bro, if Ferg is fucking around, I already came out and said it. I mean, made it short and everything. Dog, look at somebody else, and you better not be looking at 86. I was look at 89. Look at 89 until we can get to that draft. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? But or to the off season, spend some money on Kyle Pitts. You know what I'm saying? But hey, we got to execute.
Damn sure got to, man. And listen, you should have some favorable matchups all over the field, man. Like, you got the weapons that we have at our disposal in the CD Lamb, who did clear concussion protocol, is going to play. You know, George Pickens. You know, like, you got favorable matchups all across the board, man. You know, so I just, like you said, I just need them to execute, and I think that they can. But I also shot it. This should be a Tyler Booker, Javonte Williams day. This is not a defense that is particularly good at stopping the run. Matter of fact, they're one of the few defenses that give up more rushing yards a game than we do. So hell, you know how it feels when people are just running the fuck out the ball on us, and they can just hit those little wide open play action passes. That shit is a pain in the fucking ass. Do that to them. This is already a team on the other side of the ball that has not had consistency in scoring points. You know, so. Go out there, run the ball, control the line of scrimmage, let Dak Prescott utilize play action, you know, force their ass out of some of those exotic pressure looks they want to get into by staying ahead of the sticks, and, you know, make their life fucking miserable. That's how I feel about this game going into it.
Yeah, I just, you know, I've been begging Shotty for this one thing all season, and that's just balance. Be as balanced as you can be. It ain't gonna be perfect. I just want you to get as close as possible. Last week, that you didn't try. You had 50 passes to 20 runs. You feel me? And I understand that you're trying to feed your weapons, but like, look at the day that Pickens had, and we saw it on film. They took away his slant by what? I think they dropped the linebacker and they was holding him hard in that hooked zone, right? In that slant area.
They clouded to his area for sure.
But it's not overthink the game. How can you occupy a linebacker? What is the linebacker's first job?
Shit, run support.
Run support. His first step is forward. You can make it easier on the things you want to do if you stay true at what you're supposed to do. Eat your vegetables, and I promise you the cake will taste even better. I promise you. Just all I want you to do. You first of all, you know, I want it because you help your offensive line. You help Nate. You help Steele. You help Booker. You help BB, and you run the ball. You whoever is in front of Tyler Smith, I pray for. I just pray for them and their kids because they just witnessing they father and their daddy get murdered on the field. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So right. Like I'm really gonna be paying attention to who they activate. Maybe it's too soon. Can we get a Bandaconda? I just want to see two people. I just can maybe because I'm holding on to that excuse for Shotty. Maybe he don't like running the ball that much because he needs more than one person he can trust. Activate a Bandaconda.
We'll see. I wouldn't mind it. And to answer your question, Pat. Dak won't make the 75 next year because they're going to flip a switch in his contract and they're going to save about $35 million when they do so. So, you know, they're going to flip a restructure lever within his contract. They'll probably do the same thing with CD Lamb. They'll free up cap space doing that. And, you know, with that saved money and then probably from the money that they get from cutting Trayvon Diggs, you know, then they'll, you know, would have the money at that point to extend a George Pickens. You know what I mean? But they got cap space, you know, at their disposal, you know, because they got that built into the contracts. And, you know, if we're just talking about it, they don't even have to ask the player, you know, if they want that to happen. It's already put in the contract and they don't have to have no conversations with them. Yeah. So like, I just want to throw that out there for them.
If we owe him $90 million, we owe him $90 million. We don't even got to pay him $90 million tomorrow. Right. you know what I'm saying? He could be like, man, I want my money. All right, you getting your money. You getting a little bit this year. You getting a little bit that. Then you gonna be a little bit that. You know what I'm saying? You getting your money. You're getting what you worth. So I just want everybody to keep that in mind. And then the cap is a ever evolving like improvement, and keep in the mind of the year 2029 because that's when it's gonna take a giant leap. Because that's when we renegotiate TV rights. Because that's what pay all these contracts, y'all. Fox, CBS, Amazon. That's who pay makes the entire NFL round go around. That's so the cap been going up what 25 million every year. It's gonna do a ginormous jump in 2029. That's why everybody is setting their contracts. Every team, if you look around the league, we ain't ever over the cap. We rolling over 30 million this year. We never used. You know what I'm saying? We still ain't use that 30 million, right?
No, we still got it.
Yeah, so we rolling over money. You can flip switches in that contract, flip switches in CD contract. You can flip a lot of switches. You boom, you got 100 million.
He said, I got a question for you guys. Is Picking soft and on the scouting report for other teams? Will it be to bully him and play him physical now after the Detroit game? Well, this is the thing. Like, they double teamed George Pickens a majority of the game. You know, they had guys, clouded into his area. He had safeties over top at different points. And because of that, CeeDee Lamb was finna go for 300 yards.
He was. He's finna fry that boy. He was finna, you know what I'm saying?
So there's a give and take. Like, you could do that. You could give all your attention to CeeDee Lamb. I mean, the George Pickens, but you'll leave CeeDee Lamb one-on-one on an island, with another cornerback, by his damn self, right? And it's not something that you want to do, because think about it. They did that to slow him down. CeeDee Lamb got hurt. And the Dallas Cowboys still scored 30 points, and Dak Prescott still threw for almost 400 yards. So, like, you could do that going forward for the rest of all time, and you would have CeeDee Lamb, have a legendary run. If the Minnesota Vikings come out here and try to do that, right? This game, CeeDee Lamb is going to go for 200 yards. We're going to win by 2 or 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't soft, y'all. Look at the respect he garnered. It's just you when you go into a game, you're not going to play them straight up for allowing them to both to get at you, and then they know, like, bro, if it's if Pickens get off, it's gonna really pile on. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, remember 2017 Warriors, KD, Steph. We're going to double the share out of Steph, because if Steph gets cooking, we're going to lose this motherfucker by 60. You know what I'm saying? Because he's going to be letting go threes. We're going to still lose a KD. He's going to be a death by 1,000 cuts rather than 3 with Steph.
Yeah, that nigga start hitting threes and shimmying, and
it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Light skin magic everywhere. You feel me?
That's really what it is.
Yeah, like.
So it's how you want it, really. Like, yeah, like if you want to get, talk crazy too, you want a nigga jumping over you and shit, yeah, you can let George Pickens cook you. You know what I mean? You can play him straight up.
Exactly.
But yeah, man, I just wanted to touch on that shit. Like, I had already did an entire show, but like that shit with Trey, I just had to jump on here real quick, dog.
It's all good, man. I just had to get mine off too, man. I saw that news. I was like, "Who Henny going live? Yeah, let's pull out the choppers right now." It was real, like, because, like, it's a big game tomorrow, big game every this week, but
but it's must-win game, prime time. I'm not trying to have Justin Jefferson have a legacy game, out this bitch. I don't want them to think they got a quarterback. He ain't did shit all year. I don't want this to be his coming out party. He might be the next great young quarterback, and then he play somebody else next week. He ain't shit again. I don't want that.
Yeah, it's for real. Like, and we can't forget who we made look good, y'all. Caleb Williams had his best game versus us. We were single-handedly employing the Wilson household. With we bought him another week. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't forget who we made look good and what this defense has done to people. Like, I still, like, people are, we made Bo Nix look good. I don't like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so the way we playing with this soft coverage and us not having the personnel, just my opinion. Like, this is why I'm on them so hard. Because, like, this is not a winning recipe. And we're seeing the last thing I want to do, even in the midst of this hodgepodge, is just want to get worse on purpose. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
Yeah. So I'm with you. Don't get worse on purpose. It is what it is this week. Just pray the Dallas Cowboys can get a win, and pray that we can have common sense prevail next week, because this is some back bullshit.
Yeah.
You got anything you want to add though, cuz?
Nah, we'll see tomorrow, y'all.
We'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Y'all be tuned in. And in the words of Big Cuzzo, West Coast Cowboy, man, never look down, because the stall is up. Peace.